Cheers to You, written and read by Damion Mikol Wagner. As a consistent participating patron to houses of libation from across the globe, I've found that there's a common theme when friends are gathered and have a mug or a stein, a snifter, or perhaps a highball. A pint of lager, a tall boy, or just a big green bottle of malt filled with sweet servings of delicious elixir. I'm thinking of a crafty concoction, such as ale, whiskey, or perhaps even a gin fizz. The words may change and the circumstances may change, but the sentiment tends to stay the same. When we drink with friends, we celebrate our friends and wish them a terrific day. A bartender once told me that it doesn't matter if people are having good times or bad, sweet new love or a beaten down heart. Your job just sucks or you got a promotion. There is always a reason to drink with some friends. There are so many different ways to say cheers. Darn near every language has one. So I said to myself, because we are close enough to skip the formalities of names and such, we should try and add as many ways to say cheers in just as many languages as I can pronounce, or at least attempt to, into one song. I often refer to myself and I as we, not to omit me, the core member of the team. So here are 7 drinking salutations, but dang, there are so many more. 6 additional ways to say cheers as you travel around the world. Please excuse my poor pronunciation, but if you've listened to my music, you know I mispronounce all kinds of words in my home language. Prost is for the folks from Scandinavia. The Japanese say kanpai. Spanish speakers are clinking glass with salud. And from Russia to Poland, they say a little something like nastrave. In China and the surrounding area, you can hear Gambay. And if you are near the Eiffel Tower or any French speakers, you'll hear Santé. Nearly all of them follow a simple notion: to wish fellow friends and travelers good health. On a trip to India, I found that there was barely any booze at all in that nearly dry country. It seemed the best you could get was a big bottle of Kingfisher beer in either brown, clear, or green bottle. Amongst my fellow international travelers, we determined that the green bottle was best, as you could plainly see that the cases of beer were being stored out in the hot sun. So we assumed that the green bottle was less affected, as it was closest to opaque. Now, whether or not that was true, we were just having fun. After a couple of weeks of darn near parched lips, my friend John and I stumbled across a bar. It seems weird to our Western thought that was such a notable event, but in fact it was a rare treat. Booze in plastic bags, no less. You had a choice of red wine or white wine. I'll tell you what, if you tasted it, you knew that stuff didn't come from a grape. I suppose it's needless to say John and I had one crazy night of Indian hospitality. When I was a kid, they had a silly law that not quite so adults, 18 to 21 years of age, were only allowed to drink beer with 3.2% alcohol. So, of course, that just meant you had to pour twice as many down your gullet. At some point, a federal law mandated that all states raise the drinking age to 21 years old. I won't say when, at the risk of dating myself. I have a belief that communities with such gray rules invented the idea to shotgun a beer. That's when you hold a can of beer on its side and poke a hole near the bottom of the can, making sure it doesn't spill. In one quick motion, put your mouth on this hole, tilt your head back, open the can's tab, and chug-a-lug that beer till it's gone. I know who I'm talking to. The night drinkers and day drinkers, the whiskey aficionados and winos, the lushes and libation lovers. We all choose a poison to get us through this mixed-up world. With drink comes dance, and dance gets to the inclination of what it's like when the lights are low. Don't underestimate the power of drink, nor its effect on dance and all the metaphors that dancing brings to mind.